Hello everyone's. I'm Lady T506. Welcome to my channel. I'm here for Real Housewives of Potomac Season 3, Episode 6. We're going to start off real quick with Karen. She wants to start a perfume line. She wants to be an entrepreneur, but she don't have all the funds she needs. And her and Ray realize they don't have the funds she needs. And she want him to help. But he need to be worried about his IRS debt instead of helping you out. I think that's better. Wait till you pay all that off, then we can help you with your business. But she already know the girl's gonna be side-eyeing her, talking about somewhere you getting this money from. Ain't y'all, don't y'all owe all this money to the IRS? But remember, Ray owe that money. She don't owe that money. But if you asking Ray for money, that's money he could be putting in and paying off his IRS debt. I just think it would be irresponsible for you putting money in her business that may or may not make it, and you end up not going to jail because you ain't paying your IRS bill. Just saying. Ashley, Monique, Candace, and Cherise, they go to some type of cryotherapy where they stand in this tube and get like frozen air like shot at them. Couldn't be me because I do not like it being too cold and I don't like it being too hot. I don't want to be in weather to where I either got to have a fan on or a heater on. I just want to be just straight smooth now a minute. That's why I don't like going to Indiana in winter time, because you got the coldness and then wind want to jump into the park and like cut you half in two because it's so cold. Just can't do it. Just can't be me. But they say they're going to do that. But then we got to discuss Giselle being shady, asking all them questions. But my thing is, Candace already said, she's an open book. She wants to reveal things to these girls, but then get mad when they ask for a follow-up question. Like, you just said your mama put money in to help you start your hair care business. That's why she feels that she can give you any information. She ain't no silent part. Like, if I put money in it, I'm going to give you my opinion. She didn't pay for half the house that you live in. And she's paying for your wedding, which, like I already said, it's not unnormal it's not unusual for the bride's family to pay for the wedding. But like, then we're gonna ask, like, what else does your mama pay for? If you already done said she didn't pay for this, she didn't pay for that, and then whenever you need money, you go to mama. But you always saying like, Chris, he ain't really got that money. I got the money. It's like, do you have the money or do your mama have the money? I need some clarification on that. But yeah, it was being shady. Like, what else is she paying for? But you done already told her girl all your business. Karen told you to shh. But you steady want to know, I'm an open book. I want to let these girls know me. But then mad when they ask some questions about your business. So, we have Ashley. And I'm tired of talking about Ashley and her mama. Because it's like, you going to end up losing your man because your mama want to keep hers. Just plain and simple. She feels that in the black community, you should, it's expected for you to take care of your parents. Now, I totally agree with that, because there's no way in the world that if I'm living in this multi-million-dollar house, there's no way in the world my mama's going to be living in the projects. But at the same time, your mom breached the agreement that you gave her. The agreement was, we're going to get you a house and we're going to get you a car. Non-working man who used to live in a tent, who's been sponging off you for the last 15 years and has no respect for the people who are funding his living. He is not to live there. It's just you and baby sister. Well, mama wanted to keep her man, and she wanted to be funded by y'all. And even Karen said, no, girl, you can't be doing that. There's no way in the world you should pay all that money for your mom to live, and she got that low down man living there. And like, everybody has this, and we done all came to agreement that that's stupid. But you in your mind's like, no, I can't do this to your mama. Well, think of it like this, Ashley. If you didn't have the money to help out your mama, how would your mama be living? Now, I don't usually agree with Steve Harvey on this, but he said something that's so true. The best way to help a poor person is not becoming one too. Because if I didn't have the money, where would you be going? You have this job right here this can take care of at least you and your sister. That extra bag is being a man who don't want to work should be out of the equation. Just simple as plain as that. That's one less mouth you have to feed. That's one less person using up electricity. Obviously, this man does not care for you because he has not worked since you met him. You met him living, and he was living in a tent. A tent. Meaning he ain't had no house, he ain't had no job. He don't want to work, he don't want to take care of himself, but you want your daughter and her husband to take care of you, your child, and this man who is disrespectful in all sorts of ways. And Ashley gonna end up, like I said, losing her man and mama being with her man. Then what you gonna do then, mama? Well, how y'all gonna be living then? Because this show ain't going to last forever. Ashley probably done stashed away a little coin. Does she probably get a little something from her if her and Michael get a divorce? But I'm pretty sure she don't want to be using all her money that paying her. Or maybe she do, because Ashley done got her man that she has to take care of her mama. I'm like, your mama didn't care about you when you was a child. Left you to be with another man. And a few seasons ago, oh, I don't want this house for you, but oh, how the tables are turned. Mama wants you to fund for her living, your little sister's living, the man who is no good living. I'm trying to stop talking about them because it's starting to make my head hurt. So maybe it's just me. It's not even just me. Like, a lot of people feel that way. Ashley, your mom is using you. Plain and simple. She said you got a little coin. She want to keep this low down dirty man who don't want nothing in life, and she wants you to foot the bill. So, Monique, she was in an accident. Now, she says that she had a few drinks, and she had a long week, and she ended up hitting a tree. And when she hit a small tree, that woke her up and prevented her from hitting a bigger tree. Now, you yourself said that you had been drinking. Now, I do not do drunk drivers at all. Just don't do it. One of my cousins was killed by a drunk driver who should have been up and under the jail years ago, but wasn't because he came from a rich family and ended up killing one of my little cousins. I don't, even if it wasn't my little cousin, how many people did die from drunk driving? She says she was 5 minutes away from the house, but I don't care if you was across the street. Don't drink and drive. But she said she's still gonna go on this trip. She said it was only, she only had 2 martinis, but Ash was like, no, that is not it. So, we get on the bus, and we discussing where we going. And Ashley says her finest memories were as a child when her grandparents took her to, I guess, an area where they're going, and they be in their trailer, and they be doing this and the third. And Giselle being like shaded, like, that was your finest memory, like being in the trailer? Like, that was your finest memory? You know, Giselle has a bad habit. Soon it comes to her mind, she has to say it before she thinks about it. But I'm like, some people who didn't grow up with a lot of money, like the simplest things were good for them. When I grew up, we wasn't balling out of control. My mama on Saturdays, she took me, my brother, and my auntie, because me and my auntie are 6 years apart. We would go to the library, and then we go to Dairy Queen, or we go to the museum and go to the Dairy Queen, or we go to the zoo and we go to Dairy Queen. My mama made sure we had stuff, like little things like that. Like, I thought we was balling because, like, back in like 1993, we was the only kids on the block that had rollerblades. My mama always made sure we had nice stuff. Did things to where we thought we was balling like that. But we wasn't. So it's like simple things. We didn't need to be going to like Jamaica every summer or going cross country and all that stuff. We went to the library, checked out a few books or tapes, and we went to Dairy Queen and we had a ball. And this was Ashley's her experience with her grandparents. Now, this is what I thought was funny, is that your fondest memories was with your grandparents, but you about to lose your husband for the mama who left you. Just saying. So then, Candace and Sharice had this whole fighting match because now Candace feels she needs to get something off her chest. Instead of confronting Sharice, what had happened, she didn't wait it until they done got on the bus. And like, look here, you had a shady bitch moment when you said, did my mama pay for my ring? And Sharice was like, if you had a problem, you should have told me when it first happened. Let Ashley tell it. Monique thought that Candace was going to use up all her built up anger on Giselle, but she focused it all on Sharice. They was going back and forth. You were acting like a child. No, you were acting like an old woman. I'm not an old woman. I'm not a old child. Get your hand out of my face. No, you get your hand out of my face. And it's just like, oh my goodness. At one point, what's her name? Monique had to sit up and get between them and like, yeah, we ain't finna do this, we ain't finna do this. She was a tad bit drunk, if you ask me. At first, I thought she was kind of stumbling because her back was hurt because, you know, she had the accident. Mind you, I mean, I know she was probably real sore. Me and my husband was in an accident, and we got hit from behind. And when I tell you, as soon as that car hit us, from my neck all the way to my tailbone, instantly in pain. So I guess maybe she drinking the pain. I don't know. Maybe she got a problem. I don't know. But one thing I do know is that she finished off almost a whole bottle of wine while they was on that bus. Where was I at? Okay. So while they in the car, Candace said that she gonna let Giselle have it. You know, she already let, Sharice have it, but she gonna let Giselle have it since now she done found out Giselle said she was a child. But I'm like, girl, do you not realize that Robin is sitting shotgun and she hears all this? So therefore she gonna go back to Giselle and tell her what's going on. Then we got Ashley having to hop out of this nice car to go pee in the woods because she been drinking too much. Now, girl, when we first got off the bus, y'all went inside the building. This is when y'all stop and go to the restroom before y'all proceed anywhere else. That is me all day, everywhere. Right before I go anywhere, care if I'm going up the street, I'm going to the restroom. But no, she didn't. So now she in the woods peeing. So now I'm not even going to go into none of that because, no. So you out here peeing in the woods. So like I said, Sharice said, if you had an issue with me, you should have brought this up when it first happened. That would have solved a whole lot of things. I agree. Now, Kara was sitting there looking like, look here. I told you at that barbecue, quit telling these girls your business. And you wanted to keep on talking. I told you that they was going to use this and throw it right back into your face like it's happening right now. So they get to going back and forth. Giselle's like, well, I thought that was a valid question, like, a legitimate question. Like, did your mama pay for the ring? You said she paid for everything else. They going back and forth. The underlying thing is, people have alcohol in their system. When people get alcohol in their system, they get a little rah-rah. That's what I got out of that. So, that was the gist of it all. And Robin says that she's out here flipping houses, which... Me, I love the HGTV channel. I like the DIY channel. I like the FYI channel. It was some show back in the maybe 2009. This man bought this house and it was past toe up. It had been abandoned for years. Wood rot everywhere. I wouldn't want to step inside the house. He paid maybe $5,000 for the house and then put $120,000 in the house. Looked like a brand new house and sold it. See, that's what you do. You get you a house in a good neighborhood for cheap, or for a foreclosed house, whichever way you want to do it. Get it for cheap, put a little bit of money in it, turn that back around, and make you some good money. So I'm with Robin on this, but then again, the housing market is not all that stable. But it's a risk. But, sometimes these shows, they be getting these houses for next to nothing, putting a little bit of money in it, and bam, it's like, oh, this house is gorgeous. Yes. So, y'all, that was just went on. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment or video response. And like I always want to thank my subscribers and the people watch my video. I want you to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.